Hey guys, it's me, Carrie. I am filming this video by request for my friend Loretta. Hi, Loretta. She had requested that I show more of my bracelet collections, including my Persevering Pretties, which are the bracelets that I make and sell on Facebook. So I am shooting that video right now. I also have another Facebook online shop. It is called Love Knots by Carrie, and those are like the traditional friendship bracelets that probably, if you grew up in like the 70s or the 80s, even the 90s maybe, you made when you were a kid, and I still make them. It's really, really relaxing and therapeutic for me. I have made so many during the pandemic. It is not even funny. Hundreds, literally hundreds. And I sell those as well, but this video is focusing specifically on the Persevering Pretties, which are the beaded bracelets. Some of these beads were gifted to me by friends. Some of them I have had for many, many years. Most of them are ones that I have bought in craft stores, at flea markets, at thrift stores on occasion, yard sales, wherever I can find them. So pretty much my Persevering Pretties are one-offs. I don't generally make the same bracelet twice, and that is mostly by necessity, just because I don't necessarily have enough bracelets to do, enough beads to do that. But if it's, a newer style or something I've made more recently, with recently purchased beads, I can sometimes, find the same ones more than once and make more than one by request for people. But I generally don't do requests unless it's someone I know really well and they're buying, multiple items, because it is, more time consuming that way. But anyhow, so this is the pile of what I currently have available in my shop. And I don't do Etsy. I don't have a website. I just do it through the Facebook page right now, just because it's not really a, full-fledged business. It's just something I do more for fun. But anyway, a lot of them are with cat eye beads, or cat's eye beads, however you prefer to say it. A lot of these were from my friend Mary, and some of them are ones, obviously, that I have purchased myself. I tend to always work with elastic, just because it's, it gives you some freedom and flexibility and comfort level and sizing. I do provide sizes on my Facebook page of each bracelet. I have a bracelet board that I work on, and I measure them out when I make them, so you will know ahead of time. I make from like size 6.5 for like a smaller wrist or a child's wrist, up to I think the biggest bracelets I've made have been 8.5 to 9 inches, and they just, I make them different sizes based on what I have available and just how I feel and what I feel like I want to have in stock. So I have a good variety for people. But anyway, this one is brown and cream. This one, sometimes I use letter beads. A lot of times I use letter beads, and I put messages on there. This one says Dog Mom. And if you see a larger bead like this at what would be probably considered the back of the bracelet, this is where I try to hide my knots. I can't always do that. Like on this one, you actually can see the knots, and it does just look a little more finished when I can hide the knots, but I don't necessarily always have the right bead to do that. Like I'm wearing one that I made myself right now. It was in my stock, but I pulled it out because I really liked it. The one that says meow with the blue cat eye beads. This one actually does have something covering the knots. You need a bead with a significantly large hole to hide the knots inside, and I don't always have those on hand. And some of these I made before I was, taught the technique to hide the knots, but most people don't mind them. I don't generally mind them. A lot of the ones I make myself don't have beads hiding the knots. This isn't the perfect coordinating color, obviously, but it works because it's at the back, and for some people, they just prefer the knot not show. So anyway, so that is a blue Dog Mom. This one is, and I love my dog. I made a bunch of these for a specific craft fair that I sold at and a lot of them will be cat-centric, mostly cat-centric, some dog-centric. Some of them sold, some of them didn't, but I have a lot of customers who are cat and dog moms, or cat and dog, you know, sisters or brothers, or, you know, uncles or aunts or whoever. You know, these can be unisex for sure. I've, you know, definitely made bracelets for guys, including my husband. But anyway, but this one is like a gray with the I love my dog, or I heart my dog. This one is sparkle, and this is the same type of dark blue cat eye bead that I have on the Meow one. It's hard to tell, it looks more black on my wrist, but this one that says Punky Power I also made. I recently got these beads. My husband ordered them from Amazon for me because I had a Pura Vida that had some white beads like that. It actually just say Punky Power, but the R turned. But I'd been wanting to get some beads like this, so my husband ordered me some, so I made that bracelet for myself, and then I just have some neon Pura Vidas that I'm rocking right now. But anyway, the next one we have is blue and gray. We have a gray one that says I heart cats. And again, you'll see some are not finished as far as the knot being covered. Some are, just depends. I'm trying to eventually do more where the knot is finished, but I have to find beads like these that'll look cool with the different coordinating colors, and that'll also work with the elastic I use, because sometimes I use 0.8 millimeter, sometimes I use 1 millimeter, and yeah, I think it's 0.8 and 1 millimeter that are the two types I use for the most part, because they're reasonably thick but thin enough to go through most beads. But it's really important to me that they be sturdy. I don't want you to buy a bracelet from me and have it snap because the elastic is cheap and crappy. So I do buy quality products that, you know, are the same things I use to make my own jewelry. You know, obviously I don't want to make a bracelet and have it break in the middle of the mall or something, God forbid, and then the beads are flying and you can't, you know, ever find them and reconstruct it. It's just a pain in the ass. So I really try to use good quality stuff to make sure that you guys will never have issues with my work. This one is like a dark emerald green with pink. I like that combo. We have another I Heart Cats, and this one is, again, the emerald green with the black and white, I guess, not hiding bead. There are others that are not cat eye style beads. A lot of them are, just because I had a surplus of them and I really like working with them and people seem to like them a lot. So here's another one, Catitude in pink. And a lot of the ones that weren't cat eye beads have sold already, so I'm really excited about that too. A gray one here with I Heart Cats again, and it's got like kind of a brownish glass bead to hide the knot. And this one is a cream color Cat Mom. And you might be able to tell just by eyeballing them that they are different sizes. I do make sure that, like I said, I note that on my Persevering Pretties Facebook page, because obviously that's important to know. And if for whatever reason there is one listed without a size, I will certainly get out my little tape measure and measure it for a customer, you know, to let them know ahead of time. Standard size wrists, I believe, whatever standard is in quotes for women, I think is like 7 inches, but I've given those as gifts to people and seen them be really huge. I've seen them be tight. So, I mean, it really all depends. My tip to you, if you don't have a tape measure in your house, because I've often asked people in the rare occasions that I do customs, or if I want to make somebody a gift, I do ask a lot of times what their wrist size is, and a lot of people surprisingly don't know that. A really great tip, if you don't have a tape measure around, or it's also kind of difficult to put a tape measure around your own wrist to measure, and if no one else is there, what do? This is my tip. If you have some kind of a piece of string or rope, you may not. You can take a shoelace, something as simple as a shoelace, and then wrap it around your wrist and just mark with your fingers, you know, pinch it off where it feels like it would be comfortable on you. Then simply let go of the end of the lace, keep your hand obviously on the pinched off part, and measure that with a ruler. Everybody's got a ruler, right? So that's a good way to figure out your wrist measurement. Just my little sneaky tip if you don't happen to have a tape measure to do that. Then we have this one here. It's another one in the emerald green. This one says Peace. This one is a light blue and gray, and it says Dreamer. Okay, so here's one that is not cat eye beads. I don't know what these beads would be considered, but I really like these coppery colored ones. These I just think are so cool. They're like triangle shaped, sort of. Like they have this circular design, but it's on 3 sides of the bead. And this just reminds me of like amber, this bead in between. I'm really actually shocked that that bracelet hasn't sold because I love that one. I may just wear that one myself. They have this one with the hematite beads and then these little colorful glass beads in between in red, orange, green, and blue, just kind of going around in a circle. Back to the cat eyes and the animal friendly. We have a little dark blue one that says woof. And another dark blue one here that says amazing, because you all are. I like to do mantra type words, you know. I just think they're really motivating and they make me feel good when I wear them, so I do a lot of words that I think are like inspiring. I actually have an order over here that is going to be going to my great friend Liz, and she's buying the Magical and Hope Rainbow style cat eyes, and I love these bracelets. I'm so glad that she likes them. So that'll be going out to her shortly, probably tomorrow. Then I have this one that is the blue and gray and white, and it's like color blocked. The gray and white look kind of similar to each other, but I still thought just the gradient kind of look of it, you know, it just was kind of cool. So I almost just did white and blue or gray and blue without the third color, but I don't know, I like how they look together, so I did that one. And this one is another I Heart Cats plural though, because you may have more than one. I have 3 myself, which you probably know if you've been around a while, and this is again that navy blue. I do a lot of repeat colors just because I think they're so pretty, and you never know what's going to float somebody's boat in terms of a word, or maybe they don't want a word, or what size they may need. This one says shine, and it is like that emeraldy color. Yeah, there really are a lot of cat eye ones that are still here around. Then I have this one, again, that is not cat eye beads. This looks in this light brown, but it is actually purple, I think. I'm trying to get a better look. I wish do I have something white to put it up against? I keep them in this Pure Vita bag. That was actually one of my brand ambassador rewards. It folds like that, but it's really convenient to keep all my bracelets in. Yeah, that's white. Yeah, now you still might not be able to see, but that is in fact purple. It's not brown, with silver spacers, and I just really like that one a lot. Then we have a yellow one that says Catitude. This one is pink and gray and says Pretty Kitty. I actually had some of my friends vote on like different terms or expressions or whatever words that fit for cat parents that they thought were fun. So anyway, this is an I Heart My Cat, and it is cream and this like turquoisey blue, and then I just threw this like lime green one in as like the spacer because I just thought it gave it a little extra pop of color, and then just the brown one for the knot hider. This one is pink and blue, happy, simple enough. This is another one that is not cat eye beads, and again this one looks black, but it is definitely purple and clear alternating. And sometimes I work on a clear elastic, like you can see here. Sometimes I work on black elastic. I'm trying to find one that I made that was on the black. Right now I just happen to have the clear in 0.8 millimeter and the black. There's the black, and the black is 1 millimeter, so it's a little bit thicker. Not deliberate, just what I happen to find at the store. I like both of those widths of cording. I think they're both nice and sturdy and make good tight knots. Then we have the yellow Cool Cat. We have the mint green I Heart My Cat. We have another cat. Oh, this one's Cat Life in this pretty kind of powdery blue. This is, again, not cat eye beads. These are so cool. These were gifted to me by a friend, and I can't remember who sent them to me. Oh, shnikes. She sent me a whole batch of beautiful beads a few years ago, and I love these. They look metallic, and they're so cool, and there were round ones and ovals, and I incorporated the two. So actually, this is the back part of it, but the knot kind of tucks inside, so you really could wear it either way. That's why I did, you know, like the rainbow this way as well as the round one, so you could wear it. Oh no, this is the knot. I'm sorry, this is the knot back here, so it was intended for that to be the front, but you really could wear it either way because I don't think the knot's that noticeable, especially with clear. Then I have, again, another non-cat eye beads. These orange beads I think are really cool, and you can kind of tell that they're gradient sizes, like they're little bitty ones, and then they go up to the bigger size. And the silver spacers. Obviously, if I say silver, I mean silver tone. I do not actually use sterling silver because that would not be cost effective, but silver tone, gold tone, that's probably obvious because I only sell my bracelets for $5 a piece. But just in case anybody was wondering, no, none of these are like rare precious metals. There's no silver, there's no gold. It's just gold tone, silver tone. Anyway, this is like a pretty rose color in I Heart My Cat. This is a little bit larger size. I like to, like I said, have a good wide variety of sizes in my shop at all times because I want to, you know, make something that'll work for everybody. This one is just a total rainbow style with a black knot hider. Great for pride. Actually, these are, well, there's so many colors now because there's a lot of different new pride flags being incorporated. You know, it's not just the primary color one now. So I'm so stoked that it's pride. I personally am cisgender. I believe that's the proper terminology. I was born a woman. I identify as a woman, both, you know, in terms of my genetics and my gender. I am a heterosexual woman as well, because gender obviously and sexuality are not necessarily, well, they're not the same thing. I am certainly no expert, but I do like to try to educate myself. I'm trying to keep up with all of the different classifications that people, you know, choose for themselves. It's really important to me to be educated, and certainly, I mean, the tolerance and love goes without saying, but I do, you know, feel like I need to keep myself informed, and I try really hard to do that. But I celebrate pride as well as a straight ally for anyone in any part of the rainbow. So I tend to make a lot of rainbow stuff, not just for pride because I just love rainbows as well, but obviously even more so during the month of June. This is an emerald, back to the emerald green cat mom. And we have this one that says perfect in gray. Like I said, I made a lot for the craft fair and didn't sell as many as I'd hoped, but it was what it was. This one is a nice bright orange, Cat's Rule. No offense to dog moms, because I love dogs too, or dog dads, but I just am a cat mom, so I'm partial to kitties. I have this one in yellow, cat mom. I have another doggy one, since I heart dogs, in the emerald green with this really cool, like reddish orangey bead to hide the knot. And this yellow one with the black bead, I heart dogs. Again, another that is not cat's eye beads. This one, I don't know if these are like semi-precious gems or whatever, or what you would say, stones. I have some that are. I don't genuinely know which ones are real and which ones are not. I apologize, but I just advertise them by color, or, you know, I post a picture and tell what colors they are. These are kind of a brownish, and these are kind of like a jadish green, but again, I don't know if these are actual jade beads. Probably not, but I could be wrong about that. You could be getting a real bargain, who knows. Then I have this pretty pastel one in Cutie Cat. I thought this one more for a petite wrist or a kid. I don't know. I love those colors together. And I have this red one with the silver spacers. I don't know, sometimes I like to throw the metallic spacer beads in. I'm probably going to do some more like that. I just think they just jazz it up sometimes, but sometimes I want a more simplistic look, so it really varies. Then I have Dream in gray and pink. we're almost through, guys, and this is just my currently available stock. Like I said, I have sold quite a few, which is awesome, and I'm so excited, especially because I don't really have a lot of ways to publicize it. If you're not on Facebook, you're not going to find my shop, you know. But anyway, this one is Brown and Cream, I Heart Cats. Then we have this rainbow one that says Cool Cat. We have this gray one with the silver spacer that was actually intended to hide the knot. There's still a little bit sticking out the ends, but I don't like to trim too tight because I don't want the bracelet ever to come unraveled. I tie at least 3 to 4 knots every time, and I try to do like square knots to make sure they're super, super secure. But I would rather, as a bracelet maker and as a bracelet wearer, have those little pieces sticking out than be afraid that that knot's gonna unravel. So anyway, that doesn't particularly bother me, but you know, again, it's up to personal preference. And this one is gray, I believe. Yeah, that's the gray. Sometimes it's hard to tell when they're gray or white on this comforter, but again, with the piece and the silver spacer, or knot protector, knot hider, whatever you want to call it. This one is like that jade green again and says amazing, or an emerald green rather. I guess jade comes in a lot of different variants. So there's lighter and darker, you know, because it's a natural stone when you're working with real jade, which I am not. Then we have this cat's eye bead style with the pretty green, like a lime green that reminds me of, and pink that says magical. We have this dark green and pink that says joy. I have a friend named Joy, so that kind of inspired this, as well as obviously the sentiment of the word itself meaning joy, you know, joy meaning happiness. I have this one that I just made the other day. I really dig this. I have a few more of these glass hearts in this size and then some larger ones too, but I like this one. It just, I don't know. I tend to want to put it this way, but obviously this is how it will lie on your wrist, but I really like this with the emerald green and the almost clear with just a little frosted middle heart. And then last but not least, we have 2 more. We have this one, which is in like the sky blue, and then the more of the almost like a teal that says Cool Cat, and that one has the brown knot coverer. And the very last but not least, we have this pink and gray with a silver knot cover that says magic. I do have others that are not on elastic cord. They are not currently listed on the site. I also have this one that is on a metal wire, and it's red and green Christmassy with the barrel eye clasp, or the barrel, excuse me, barrel clasp, not an eye, barrel clasp. I haven't decided if I want to sell this one yet, because I really like that it looks like Christmas, but also looks like Freddy Krueger's sweater, so it would work for the horror fan in me as well, excuse me, as well as, you know, the Christmas lover. So that's just in with my other bracelets. But these right here are the ones that I am currently selling. This was from the craft fair, $5 any bracelet. That is the same price I sell them for in my shop. I do, in addition to that, charge $5 shipping, because there is no way you are going to ship a padded mailer at this point in the United States without paying at least $5. And that is for up to 5 bracelets. So you will not pay additional shipping if you buy anywhere between 1 and 5 bracelets. Anything over 5 bracelets, I would put on my little postal scale and weigh, because that might, you know, you might be getting into a little bit more expensive price for shipping. But yeah, so thank you for requesting this video, Loretta. It was really fun for me to shoot. I was thinking to myself, oh my god, like, does she want to see like the collection of all the bracelets I've ever made? Because that would be crazy, because I have hundreds and hundreds of bracelets that I've made that are in my own personal quote-unquote collection that may go in the shop eventually, but are ones that I, you know, also sometimes have intentions of wearing, so I just don't know what to do with them. So some are in my jewelry box. I have a box over here on the floor, if you can see that clear plastic box that is full of more bracelets that I've made. So right now, excuse me, what I've shown you, that is what is currently available stock in my Persevering Pretties shop. And again, you can find that on Facebook. Just type in the search bar Persevering Pretties, and you can find my bracelets. You can also go to Love Knots by Carrie to find my friendship style bracelets. There are links in the Dropbox as well for both of those shops. I do apologize for those of you who are not on Facebook. At this point, like I said, if the business were to take off and I was actually making decent money at it, I would consider, you know, branching out into Etsy. But Etsy takes a cut, and at this point, as it is, if people pay me through PayPal, which is my primary means of payment, and they're people who don't know me personally that pay through the like send money to a friend option, I get dinged on, you know, a percentage that goes to PayPal already. So if I'm going to lose a bigger percentage to Etsy, which I know I would, then I'd have to raise my prices to make it even worth doing. Because I mean, honestly, not to be conceited at all, because you know I'm not, but I think $5 for these bracelets is a steal. I've seen them sell for so much more on other shops, in person, at flea markets, at craft fairs. I think $5 is really cheap personally. So, you know, I'm not making anything on the shipping. You know, even if I'm mailing you one bracelet, like I said, the minute I stick that boy in a padded bubble mailer, they're going to charge me as a parcel, and it's going to be like $5 to ship it in the US. So it's not like I'm, you know, overpricing my shipping either, I don't think. And certainly not for up to 5 bracelets. I mean, that's just a me thing. I think that my prices are fair. But, yeah, so that is my stuff. Again, thank you so much, Loretta, for requesting that I film that. I really appreciate it. It's always fun for me to fulfill viewer requests. So if you guys ever have any requests that, you know, of videos that you'd like to see me film, please feel free to leave them in the comments section, and I will do my best to film them for you. This was really the first time I've ever shared, like, the stuff, you know, the bracelets that I make, I think, with you guys. So it was really fun for me to do that. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll be back soon with more stuff. Bye, guys.